To the FCT, you know, the tension in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja, is so solid, you can run a sharp knife through it. A joint operation launched by the Department of State Services, DSS, the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, the police, and related security outfits has successfully dismantled a terror cell and arrested about 35 commanders and fighters of the Islamic State West Africa Province, ISWAP. Now, the suspects were rounded up at different locations and satellite towns in the FCT. We can report that the UK and the US have issued fresh security alerts warning their nationals against visiting the FCT and 14 other states in their country. An exodus of fleeing diplomats and their families from the FCT is reported. We are surely living in very, very interesting times, Jide.
Yes, and I expect this matter to be better handled than this, because naturally people will say the Americans transmitted the alert to their own people, they've always done this. They issue travel advisory and all that. But the manner in which this was done and the steps that had been taken afterwards is what really bothers me. When the Americans, because the last time I recall the Americans directing workers in their consulate to move, to go back home was during the COVID
pandemic?
Yes.
Yeah.
But COVID is gone now, at least. Not that it's gone totally, at least we have some measure of relief. But to sanction the movement of people from Nigeria at this stage is thoroughly exaggerating a situation. We are not saying that the situation is not bad, but by it has not reached the point that you should tell your people that they can leave and all that. As certain people putting our people in the mode of panic, the panic mode. I also read that Jabi Mall in Abuja has been shot. And I'm like, what's going on? Countries would do well to share intelligence amongst themselves. And when intelligence is shared, the security situation gets managed better. The DSS, our own DSS, does a lot of work that we don't see. If they do not do the work that they do, honestly, we'll be in crisis. There were occasions when there could have been a huge bomb blast in Abuja, in Jigawa, in Kano, but because they moved quickly, it was tempted. Yeah. It was only in Kano that those bombs eventually got
detonated.
Yes, that was somewhere in Sabongeri. I'm sure you remember when some were arguing that it was gas explosion. It was actually a bomb attack. Boko Haram has been struggling to set up cells in Lokoja, especially. Lokoja, this capital of Kogi State. They've been trying to set up cells in the federal capital. If they can't set up cells in federal capital, they want cells around the federal capital so that they can continue to unleash terror on our people. They are bombing them in the northeast. We are recording progress. People are happy. I went there. I happily reported progress in the northeast. But it has come with all kinds of implications. We now have Boko Haram in the north central and even the northwest states. The SA Security in Zamfara was telling us the other day that Boko Haram was in their state and even setting up, not just setting up camps, but inviting fighters to join them in terrorizing the people. So I believe that
to recruit from within the population.
Yes. Of course, they are going to recruit from the population. They will throw money at them, even give loans. In the Madagali area in Adamawa State, they were giving soft loans to people and then conscripting them as a result. So we have got to manage this situation better because this panic will not help anyone. And this morning again, what I read, it makes sense to make those arrests.
Yeah, okay.
But the arrest of people should not stir panic. We should have confidence in the DSS and the armed forces generally that they are doing this to save us from an embarrassing situation. It should not trigger panic of any sort.
Jide will get back to it, but I'm told we must go on a break. We have a commercial break. We should be back. Please stay with us. Okay, welcome back. We're still with the FCT story. Tony, do you think the Americans are being alarmist or they are being realists here?
For the Americans, I think that's their own way of handling the matter. Maybe they will have shared intelligence with the Nigerian government, but maybe the process of doing that, and then they don't want to waste time. Is
it having to do with trust?
Trust, that's number one. Trust is number one. Because this is not the first time we've had even our own DSS issue such advice in the past, but Nigerians don't take them serious. But Americans and foreign mission, America, UK and all that, once they issue such advisory, we take them more serious because we believe they have more, more intelligence.
Is that the way we really are made? Is it having to do with our psychological makeups? Is that the way we are made?
I think it's about interagency cooperation among our security apparatus in Nigeria. Over time, I've noticed that there's this cooperation amongst them is missing. And so this one wants to be ahead. This one wants to claim, being ahead of all the agencies. So I don't blame Americans. I wouldn't like to, because they have their own citizens to protect. They didn't say Nigerians be careful. They evacuate. They took their own, and then in the process they are telling the rest of the country that this.
We don't carry.
Take precaution. You can see what you're doing, But now other embassies, other countries following them, like Germany, Ireland, Bulgaria, and others.
They blame them.
And they also issue, at that point, we need to be more careful here and not play politics with it. It's about life. Because for me, ordinarily, a situation where there's trust, the first thing they ought to have done is to consult Nigerian security agencies.
Yeah.
And they sit on the table on how to go about it. But as I said again, the trust issues is there. What if after sharing it takes time, or in the process, it is, it's sabotaged?
Yeah.
So let's do it this way. Our citizens, we're not saying there's a problem, but we're suspecting that so will happen. And I'm happy that the IG of police yesterday issued a security emergency numbers.
Yeah.
And then the FCT administration too took some proactive step by shutting down some Jabi mall,
shopping mall,
and then some event centers. At this point, Nigerians should learn to be proactive. We shouldn't wait. I know we have the intelligence, but we're waiting as usual. But Americans can't wait, so they took the step first.
Jide, there's a teaching point here. The DSS would issue alerts like this, and we hardly take them serious.
Yes. On the 19th of March 2021, the DSS issued something similar to this. On the 14th of December 2021, they also issued something similar to this. But usually when they issue such warning, such alerts, we just treat it like it's no big deal. But we've seen the Americans do this now, and we've all been set on a panic mode. Everybody, the DSS has the tools to do this work, to source for actionable intelligence that can lead surface troops and even our fighter bombers to scenes where trouble is likely to happen. But the way they do their work, most times we are sleeping, we don't even know.
Yeah,
Do you
work is going
know?
on.
Do you know how many times Boko Haram fighters have tried to come into Lagos and they get turned back?
Or repelled?
No, just quietly pick them up and take them, send them out of here, where they will now be thoroughly profiled and all that and detained. But they've been stopping them from coming into Lagos. This I know. But the DSS will not come out and be announcing on the rooftops that, look, we have been doing this, we have been trying. They've stopped Boko Haram, working with the other security, they've stopped them from setting up cells in Abuja. But these are things that they do discreetly and ensure that you and I are safe. Their job is not to every time they do something little, go and shout, you know. So, but quietly, look at what happened in Owo. You know that those guys have been arrested.
Yeah.
They were going to carry out all kinds of attacks in that area, and they've been arrested. It may take a while, but somehow they get this job done. What I want to see is a situation in which the Nigerian security operatives work with the Americans and others. America has the best intelligence in the world. That's America, the Israelis, they are the best in the world in terms of this intelligence gathering. They have the tools. We have to work together with them. Setting off the panic mode is not what will help us in this situation, because we don't want Abuja to come under attack. Attacking Abuja
Is attacking the country.
attack the country. It's the repository of the respect of our country that is coming under attack. If Abuja gets attacked with all the military bases in the federal capital, we don't want to see that happen.
It pays here and now to beg countrymen and women to appreciate the magnitude of job the DSS and the related agencies are doing.
Yes, I appreciate what they are doing, but the ordinary Nigerian doesn't know. And that's why I went to the point of mentioning just two examples of when the DSS said this will happen. You know, let's be more careful.
Yeah.
But we also need to respond appropriately, you know, a kind of rapid response. Once these alerts are made, we have to move in quickly, arrest those that need to be arrested, and keep our community safe.
We are joined from Abuja by Chike. Chike, good evening to you.
Yeah, very good evening, Citizen Jones.
I greet you, sir. Let's go. What can you tell us?
And your panel discussion. The encyclopedia himself made a comment that the DSS has been working. We want to appreciate the efforts, but his statement that these terrorists have been repelled from coming into Lagos on several occasions by the DSS. I don't think repel it's an appropriate adjective to use.
No.
Or that if indeed he is an encyclopedia who we respect, if indeed they've been doing that, they should not be repelled.
I wasn't the one. I wasn't the one who used the word repelled. It was
I used repelled. Chike,
so instead of repelling them or turning them back, they should be arrested.
No.
And make
they get arrested. Listen to me. They get arrested. I said they stop them from coming in, and then they are taken away and properly profiled and detained. In the night when we do the repeat, listen to it, this was what I said. I said they take them away, profile them properly, and detain them. Look at the fellow who came here, who came to Abeokuta, pretending to be a night guard.
Yeah.
He actually was a Boko Haram fighter. You know, but they managed to arrest him. He came disguised like a Megad.
Yeah.
You know, so these things
Thank
happen.
you, Chike. Thank you, Chike. Thank you very kindly. But Tony, it begs the question of Nigerians believing that our security agencies are doing a yeoman's job, and Nigerians must be convinced.
No, it's not our security agencies not doing. They're trying their best. I've traveled in this country at night most times, and then when you see the Nigerian police checkpoint, you know that's assurance. That rest of mind is usually there.
Yeah.
No matter what the tags and all that, the negative tags.
You know, sometimes when we travel like that, and you feel like urinating.
I'm telling you,
You will not urinate until where
you see them. That's when you appreciate them. That's when you appreciate them. So they are trying their very best, because I know. Just take them away. Just take them away for a day, and then see what will happen.
Okay.
Just imagine.
It's a mind thing of a matter.
So they are trying their best, and I think our problem is systemic. We could do better, because when we leave this country to other countries to do, I mean, we could come out in good bright colors. So I know we can do better than this. What Nigerians are saying here, okay?
We're joined by Ade. Ade is in London. Good evening. How are you?
Yes. How are you, citizen? My greeting to my brother Ade and the prince.
Yeah.
I support what Olajide said. But one thing I want to observation is this. Do you know that 98% in Nigeria are using mobile phones? How many landlines do we have in Nigeria in government parastatal, even in Aso Rock, that's much more secured? So Americans listen to conversations everywhere in the world. That's why they are helping Ukraine. If not for America, Ukraine doesn't know what is going on in Russia. You see? So what our government should do is they should have a secure landline in Aso Rock and other ministries, not ministers using their personal phone. It's not allowed here, for official things. So terrorists can even tap it. So America is helping us by shouting loud. DSS didn't shout when they gave the Correctional Center Abuja 40 intelligence. They didn't say anything. But if they have shouted, who knows? It could have been averted. So God bless you.
I agree.
Bless you, Ade. Thank you.
I think we must learn from what happened in Kuje, the Kuje prison.
Yeah.
I am personally disappointed, and I could feel the anger of the Minister of Internal Affairs that, look, this was one attack that we could have stopped from happening because we knew it was going to happen.
Ahead of time.
Yes. Now the question was then, we didn't know the particular prison that it was going to happen. No, we can manage security better. And we have the tools to discover when these people are planning.
Yeah.
How did DSS arrest Kabiru Sokoto? Kabiru Sokoto, after the Christmas Day bombing, fled to Taraba State, one of the farthest points from Abuja.
Country.
Yes, he fled to Taraba State. They caught him right inside his wardrobe. He was hiding inside the wardrobe. That's where they caught him.
Intelligence.
Yes, they from all the way from Abuja, going all the way to Taraba to catch a terrorist. That was what they did. You can't defeat the state. These terrorists must realize that they can't defeat the Nigerian state. It may take a while, but Nigeria will triumph over the aims, the whims and caprices of the enemies of the state.